oat groats are not easy to find at the store, even at health food stores. So I had to order mine online. Again, it's oat groats. They come dry. So what you're going to do to make 2 servings of oat groat cereal, you're going to take a half a cup of oat groats, put it into a colander, rinse it. My sink is over here. The reason you want to rinse them first is to get off any dust that might have collected on them in the factory. Okay, so after you rinse them, what you're going to do is put them into a bowl like this and cover it with water and let it sit either all day. So you can put this in the bowl in the morning, cover it with water, and let it sit on the kitchen counter all day, and then make this at night ahead of time. Or you can put this in the bowl at night and then the next morning take care of it and make your oat groats next morning. So I'm not going to rinse my second thing here. But after they've sat in the bowl of water for, at least 8 hours, then you want to pour them into the colander and rinse them, get rid of the water. And then put them back in the bowl. And now we're going over to the food processor. Next, I'm going to take my soaked oat groats and put them in the food processor with the regular blade inside, the S blade. And then I'm going to scoop in half of an avocado. And it needs to be ripe, not hard, of course. That's the trickiest thing with avocados, is figuring out when they're ripe inside without being overly ripe. Okay. And process it briefly. Stop it to scrape it down. Process a little bit more. Scrape it down again. And now we have 2 more ingredients to put in. This will give it a better taste. And that's a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I use Celtic Sea Salt. You can use Himalayan salt. But just a 1/4 teaspoon. And a 1/4 teaspoon of stevia. I use liquid stevia, and when it gets open your stevia before you do the video. I'm going to pull out a thing. When it gets older, it gets stickier. Alright, I have to pause the video. Alright, so I had to use pliers to open the stevia. Nice. And if you're going to use dry stevia, you're just going to have to play with the taste. I don't know if a 1/4 teaspoon would be the right amount. So now I'm trying to use this dropper to get enough in here. My dog is doing a little dance. Those are her toenails you hear. So that's just about a 1/4 teaspoon. And then we'll process it briefly one more time, and we're done. Now, I am making this ahead of time, so I'm going to put this in a couple containers. So I'll pull out this, and I'll use my... Now, it doesn't look nice, okay? It's green, it's got avocado in it. It's not pretty, but it actually tastes good, and it's filling. I can eat this around, I bring it to work, around 8 o'clock in the morning, and it will keep me full till lunch. Now, if you're a much taller person, if you're a 6-foot tall man, 2 of these might be 1 serving for you. So, just play it by ear, how much you want to make. So you could double the recipe if you wanted, if you're making it for more people. I wouldn't make it any smaller because it wouldn't mix well in the food processor. So I put these in sealed containers and I store them in the refrigerator, and they're good for a couple days. So that's how you make oat groat and avocado cereal.